right, Marcella Silva, also known as the Land Baroness, is a certified land banking expert and regional manager for Velour Real Estate Services. She's been investing in land since 2008 when she quit her software engineering job with a prestigious government laboratory. She now owns over 4 million square feet of land in the most high-growth areas of California, and she has a passion for supporting and educating individuals about creating wealth with this age-old investment that we all walk on every single day, land. Her intention is that when you leave here today, you'll never look at dirt the same way again. Please help me give a warm welcome to Marcella Silva.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Really appreciate your effort. Thank you all for having me here today. I love you guys. This is a season for not only killing rats and weddings, but also for being grateful. So who's grateful to be here today? Who's grateful to be alive? Yes, if you didn't raise your hand, there's probably an app for that. So anyways, I am Marcella Silva, and I need the clicker. Thank you so much. And so I do something called land banking. But before I get into that, right now we are on the precipice of an opportunity around emerging trends and technologies. And it's an opportunity in many different ways. And I'll be talking about that today. But I just encourage all of you to expand your boxes into the opportunities that are available, and don't get stuck in the fear of downturns, recessions, and scarcity. Unlimited possibilities. So land banking, by definition, is the practice of buying affordable, pre-developed land located in the path of growth. I guarantee all of you have seen this happen before your eyes in your lifetime. Consider the area where you grew up. It probably looks a lot different today than it did at that time. So here's a perfect example. This is an area. So when I say a pre-developed area, that means existing developments. You see existing developments on that screen, existing infrastructure, but still land available to be developed. That's when we help people invest in land. It's still affordable at that point, but there's growth happening there based off of many different economic trends and research. I'm not going to get into all of that today. So in this picture, 40,000 an acre, and 12 years later, 1.5 million an acre or more. That's what happens to land. Why? Anyone want to take a guess? They're not making any more of it. Exactly. It's a limited resource that cannot be replaced. And the number one area where we're investing in is this beautiful state of California, which, by the way, we have reached the 4th largest economy in the world. Congratulations to California. I mean, we are only a state, and they're comparing us to nations. That's a really big deal. So I'm grateful to live in California. So land is needed for many things. Most of you guys are familiar with homes and commercial buildings and all those things, right? Well, here's expanding beyond that. Online shopping, artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, batteries. So emerging trends and technologies are actually consuming land at the fastest rate in history. Right now, the largest land rush in California's history is happening because of these things. And there's a direct correlation between where future jobs are going and land development. So this is according to the World Economic Forum. The top 3 trends or industries for jobs are tech roles, especially in AI, green energy, and e-commerce and logistics. Who loves Amazon? Yes. I'm telling you, it's the #1 car on my street every single day. I hear them all day long. Amazon showing up with their boxes. For every $1 billion in online sales, you need 1.25 million square feet of warehouse space to make that happen. 1.25 million square feet is like 5 Costco's. Costco's big. I'm worn out by the time I'm done shopping at Costco, okay? So I'm gonna take us back to that first picture I showed you guys. I actually happen to own a piece of land there. I bought it for $92,000 in 2014. I've gotten many offers on that property, and I keep turning them down because I know what's happening in this area and the value continues to rise. That property is now worth over $2.4 million. I was actually just contacted yesterday by another developer who wanted to buy it. So this, when you own land in the right areas, It's a phenomenal opportunity, let me tell you. So the company that I work with has been doing this for 46 years. You guys might just be hearing about this, but this is an age-old investment. This is the cornerstone of the wealthy. Land has always been. It's the original investment on Earth. And our company is constantly tracking what's happening, where new developments are going. Since 2020, look at this list of development. These are all new industrial developments that have planned, have been built, are coming in just in the past 5 years. It's 2 pages here. Zooming in, that totals 7,465 acres of land, or over 45,690,000 square feet of industrial development. What does that mean? That's a lot of numbers. 45.6 million square feet is like 182 Costco's. 7,465 acres is 11.66 square miles. How much is that? Imagine driving from the corner of 680 and 580, 1 mile wide piece of land all the way to Alamo, solid. That's how much new industrial development is coming in the areas where we're investing. Because of the Amazon effect, because of manufacturing, because of data intelligence. By the way, because of these tariffs, we are now seeing trillions of dollars of new investment coming into America for manufacturing. What do they need? Dirt. AI, who uses it? It's this whole FOMO thing. If you're not using it, you're gonna lose it. Big deal, and it's growing rapidly. Every single day I hear about AI. The one thing they don't talk a lot about is the energy needed for it. So these massive data centers that hold all these computers are literally worthless unless you have electricity to power it. This is a big deal. It estimated costs about 30 times more energy to do an AI search than it does to do a Google search. So consider that the next time you use AI. They also estimate that by the year 2030, so 5 years from now, I can't believe it's already gonna be 2030, AI is gonna consume as much energy as all of the homes combined in America. All of the homes combined. So keeping up with this, providing reliable electricity, enough electricity, is a major issue. Because our electricity continues to grow, because of all the things I'm talking about, AI, cloud-based services, we all have like millions of pictures on the cloud, cryptocurrency, electrification of literally everything from homes to transportation to industry, it's all happening. And it's happening very fast, especially AI. So this graph right here shows from beginning of 2023 to November of 2024. That graph is showing the increase in energy consumption as a result of new AI data centers. That equals 92 gigawatts of energy. What does that mean? That's the equivalent of 20 million homes. That's like 150% of all of the homes in California in less than 2 years. And the big companies that are putting out these AI facilities, the likes of Google and Meta and Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, all of them have individually committed to going green, to going net zero, meaning all of their energy is coming from alternative, non-polluting sources. So now they're like in this race trying to do as much as they can, but then where are they going to come up with all of the energy? Google actually is investing in 100,000 electrical workers, training them to be able to put up necessary infrastructure and implement green energy projects. And solar happens to be the #1 form of alternative energy. So this was stated back in 2020 by the International Energy Agency. Solar is the cheapest form of electricity in history. Cheaper than the fossil fuels, which is an old technology which gets more and more expensive to extract. Solar is a new technology which actually gets cheaper and cheaper over time. And what do you need a lot of to make that happen? Dirt, land. tremendous amounts of land. That picture is actually a picture taken by one of my investors, aerial view of a solar project where he owned land. Solar stands apart because it's cost effective, it's transformative, it's easy, it's scalable to implement. And that particular project right there is 6 square miles large. It's massive. Some of these projects are as large as entire cities. So more money has been put into solar energy projects than any other form of energy development out there. More into solar than any other type of form of energy. Here's another graph for you guys. In 2025 alone, they're going to spend $670 billion on clean tech investments, and which one is number one? By far, solar. To the tune of about $1 billion per day is being spent on this. And let me tell you, they are spending a lot of money on land. One of my investors, she's a local mortgage broker, and she has purchased multiple properties with me, helped many of her folks invest with us. She bought a property just 5 years ago for $80,000. She just sold it for $900,000. She's now in Spain for 2 weeks. So this is happening for many different reasons. To clean up the environment, number one, I think that's most important for me, but also mandates across the globe. Countries, cities, states are all committing, corporations are all committing to going green. California specifically says by the 2045, this is Senate Bill 100, which was passed in 2018, and they have been passing these laws here in California since 2002. By the year 2045, 100% of California's energy must come from alternative energy sources. So all of the homes, all of the buildings, all of the new construction, all of that has to come from green energy. The good news is we are already at over 40% right now. And then here's another huge energy consumer, electric vehicles. As of 2025, 1 in 4 cars sold in America is an electric vehicle. Every car company across the globe and across the board, all the car companies you guys are probably familiar with and you personally drive are making electric vehicles. They are retooling their existing manufacturing plants to make electric vehicles to the tune of trillions of dollars. This is causing the largest shift of wealth we will see in our lifetime. And by the way, here in California, there are more electric vehicle chargers than there are gas nozzles. So they're constantly implementing them, and it's going very quickly. And the technology continues to get better and better as well. I just heard about this new solid-state battery for electric vehicles, which has a 750-mile range and can be charged in less than 5 minutes. That's going to be coming out by Toyota. In any case, electric vehicles are way more efficient than gas-powered cars. 77% more efficient than gas-powered cars. So a lot less energy is lost when using solar or wind to power these things, much less versus like gas-powered cars. Horse and buggy days. So I love this picture right here. Horse and buggy days. How quickly things change. Think back to the early 1900s, right? This is Fifth Avenue, New York City, 1900. There's not a single car on the road. Things were probably pretty slow those days. They didn't move nearly as fast as they do now. The transition from horse and buggies to cars was 13 years. How long did it take them to implement gas stations throughout the country? And all of the roads and all of those things. The implementation for electric vehicles is happening at a rate that you guys probably wouldn't believe. It's happening very, very quickly. They've already implemented what's called the West Coast Electric Highway, which is for powering all of the big rig trucks. So it's not just the consumer vehicles, our goods movement. We are a consumer nation, as we saw from the Amazon effect, right? About 35 to 40% of all goods coming into the US is coming through California. And they want these transportation from the boats to the planes to the trucks to be green. So here's a picture of what's happening. That's where we own land. These are massive projects. By the way, those are battery energy storage systems. So implementing the batteries, that's a huge, huge business. Lots of money to be made. One of my investors sold her property that she bought for $150,000 for $1.5 million to a battery energy storage system. Huge substation. That is implemented by Warren Buffett. He has a 9 square mile solar project. That's hundreds of millions of dollars. One of those poles is about $100,000. Those things are expensive. Big money being implemented. Over $100 billion has already been invested in these areas where we invest. This is another local lady. She lives up in Concord. She's a single family mom. She bought this 10 acres for $75,000. We helped her get a long-term land lease. So she gets to kick back. She owns the land. They come, they put solar on her land, and she's making money for 35 years plus interest. She's actually making over 80% a year for 35 years for a total of $3.6 million. She bought it for 80 grand. And she still owns the land in the end. Are we gonna need more energy in the future or less? Probably more. So this is the opportunity to own the new age oil well. Rockefeller, he created wealth from giving energy to the cars, to the vehicles, right? Oil. The major fortunes in America have been made in land, and now we have the opportunity for the new age oil well. So we happen to be investing in the #1 location where these projects are going, where the sun is most intense, right where that little triangle is. Sherry, I see you. I'll be off soon. Oh, okay. Yeah, I set my timer. I don't want to take up anyone's time. I know everyone has places to be, things to do. So Pleasanton is 24 square miles large. Pretty big city. Already, over 200 square miles of land has been consumed here in California for alternative energy projects. That is like 8 times Pleasanton in a 14-year period. How long did it take Pleasanton to grow to what it is today? Quite a while. So I'm not here to sell you guys land. I'm just telling you what the opportunity is, and I'm hoping to partner with you guys. This is another thing you can add to your portfolio of offerings for your investors, for your clients. Just consider your past clients. Forget your current clients. Your whole database of past clients. How many of them have an old 401k that's sitting there that they probably want to do something different with? Maybe the stock market just isn't right for them anymore. So there's an abundance of opportunities, and my main goal every year is to pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars to my referral partners. I even take my top referral partners around the world every year, so something to consider. And by the way, we are not limited by RESPA. I can pay anyone, anywhere, anytime I want. So average investment range, you don't have to be wealthy to invest. Minimum investment, $25,000 on up to over $2 million. Cash, 401ks, IRAs, 1031 exchanges, this also applies. Definitely, maybe someone sells a rental property, buys another rental property, and they have 50 grand left over. Here's an opportunity for them to not pay the government. So let's talk. Happy to have coffee. My partner and my husband, Rick Silva, there in the back. We work very closely together, so feel free to come talk to either one of us. We're also going to go have breakfast right after this, just down the street, so if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to come. Here is my contact information again. You can hit that QR code if you want to learn more about what we do. All right, everyone, thank you so much for your time today. Spread the love, spread the joy.